A Salute to Heroes with Tricia Mackey is sponsored by National Heating and Air Conditioning. Since 1931, Greater Cincinnati's trusted source.
Art is the military's oldest award. It was created to honor the heroic acts by our troops, and now there are chapters all over the U.S. to honor recipients. So joining us today, we have a big crew. Chief Miner, Edward, how do you say your last name? Valaco, and Mel Heights with the Military Order of the Purple Heart, Chapter 3620. Guys, I have never even held a Purple Heart in my hand before. All three of you are recipients. Can you tell me how you became Purple Heart recipients?
Go first.
No. I was wounded several times. Once we were assaulting a tree line where we were taking fire from the Viet Cong. And when we crossed the field, it was a minefield, so I was hit by a mine. And the other Purple Heart, we were out on night patrol, and the enemy, the Viet Cong, threw hand grenades at us, and I was wounded by a hand grenade.
Oh my God.
Myself, I was in Iraq for my first deployment, and I was caught in a grenade blast by some Iraqi insurgents. Injured myself and a couple of my battle buddies that were with me on patrol.
Goodness.
I was shot in April 25th. I'll never forget it. In a firefight, was an ambush. We walked in, and that was it. It was just up close and personal.
You guys say these things, and the closest I can get to is, I try to visualize, but our movies, you guys are so calm about, I can't even imagine what you've gone through, even mentally. How do you even handle that mentally going through this? Even though it's, for the two of you, I know it's happened a long time ago, you, it's a little bit fresher, but how do you even handle this mentally?
At first it was hard because you come back like I did. You didn't come back with a whole group like my father in World War II. Mm-hmm. You came back as an individual, and you were supposed to just take your uniform off and go back and find a job and go back to everything as normal. And for a lot of Vietnam veterans, you came back and you were out within I was a draftee. Mm-hmm. So I served 6 months as assistant platoon sergeant at Fort Jackson, training troops, and then I was out of the military, and I was out on the street looking for a job. Yeah. And back then, Mel can tell you, in 1967,
wasn't
69,
too good.
There was nobody reaching out to give you a hand.
I talked to a lot of veterans, even on the honor flights, and the Vietnam veterans didn't get very, very warm welcome home, for sure.
That's why we say welcome back whenever we see our Vietnam veterans.
What are you guys doing with this? Tell me.
With our chapter, we reach out and try to help all veterans. You don't have to have a Purple Heart for us to help you. Since I've been a member of 3620, we donate money to Them Bones, Joseph House, the VA hospital, Georgetown Nursing Home, which I hope nobody forgets, and then high schools. Elder High School has a scholarship for Hank Muller, who I went to school with. He was blinded in 33 days at Elder. We donate money to them, and we donated money to LaSalle and Moeller, other high schools, for their veterans programs. But due to COVID, we haven't been able to raise much money.
And Chief, you said that you're trying to get even a younger generation, new generation involved.
So, so it's my generation. We're coming to that point in time where we're about to come up on retirement. I've been serving 22 years myself. So I'm
You look
close.
Like you're 22, period.
46,
but go ahead, all right.
But it's that Army PT, right? But as we're starting to retire, we want to reach out to organizations, people like myself that have Purple Heart. We want to reach out to organizations like the Military Order of the Purple Heart, which I'm a member of. And this chapter's been very, very good to me. I mean, they've been very just helpful on battling through the PTSD issues and other things like that. Just because these gentlemen have walked a mile in my boots, they understand, because we're all combat wounded. So, I mean, I'm more fortunate than some of my brothers don't have arms and limbs, but they help us out. We're just a big, large community, and we just don't help other combat wounded veterans. It's their families, and as Red was saying, high school groups and stuff like that, try to build up patriotism and stuff like that in this country.
I could talk to you guys for hours. We don't have much time here, but to learn more information at home, show us this.
Okay, so this is our QR code for our chapter for Military Order of the Purple Heart.
We'll put it on our website. There it is right
There's
there.
the QR code. There's the website for it on the bottom. It's the it supports combat wounded veterans, Military Order Purple Heart, Chapter 3620. Greatly appreciate it. Anything that comes to us, it goes directly to service.
That's the one thing I'd like to say.
Yeah.
That when you donate locally to your local chapters, your money stays right here. Like the money we get, nobody takes a penny. We're on the board and everything, but there's no salary. Every penny that we get goes back into the community to help veterans. And that's what, if anybody out there you reach that has a Purple Heart, on Tuesday, what is it, 14th next week? Our meeting is at Harvest Home Park. They're all welcome to come in and sign up, because we would love them to see you. And like Jeremiah just said, a lot of people veterans don't want to talk about what they went through to other veterans, but they can talk about anything to the three of
I
us.
think that's great. Three of you are heroes. Thank you so much for your service. Appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. I mean, I speak for everyone out there listening to this, and would love to have more conversations with the three of you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.